cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
Today on Arby's Toy Box, we're going to be reviewing the Knight Rider. Stay tuned. As you can tell by my Facebook page, I've been waiting for this day for a while. When Playmobil does a release for something of, my interest level, which is going to be, bringing back some of the old TV shows. We've seen Star Trek, we got Ghostbusters, we got the DeLorean from Back to the Future, we've got the Scooby-Doo set, right? So, like I mentioned before, Playmobil gets it. Right, let's go back and let's find some people that have the money. Now, I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm just saying, what, we buy this stuff. I mean, what little kid's going to buy this for 90 bucks? Nobody, right? And if a parent buys this, they're going to be like, "Hey, Dad, thank you. What's Knight Rider?" Right? So they're not going to know. This is brilliant marketing to go back and create something like this. Now, of course, when we first heard that these were coming out, I went online and I did the same thing. And these were pre-released overseas in Germany and so forth before we got them here in the States. And you could even, if you were lucky, you caught one of those people that over-purchased and was selling them on Amazon for like 60 bucks. I missed that opportunity. So I went ahead and I got this one, and I got my 15% off coupon, and I went ahead and got it because I didn't want to wait any longer. I wanted it. So the trick with this, though, is did they do a good enough job? And we're going to look at some comparisons as we're kind of opening this up for you guys. And, there's several reviews online, but they don't speak English as they're going through or speaking Deutsch or whatever they're speaking. So hopefully this gives you enough information so you can choose whether you want to get one. I'm going to give you some opinions on the collectability as we go through on these. And, we'll see what happens. So I've already, took the liberty of cracking open the glue. By the way, I cut these open as I'm lining them up instead of ripping them on this piece here. Just so, again, collectability, so that the box can go back and be just like it was, when you open it up on Christmas morning type thing. So with that, we get our little instruction manual on how to put things together. Now, I'm going to assemble this, but I'm not going to do it all on camera because, this will be a 4-hour video, and who wants to watch that, especially me, for that long. And we have the car, right? And this one, in comparison to some of the other ones, are actually proportioned pretty good. When you look at the car itself and the seat positioning and the sizing and so forth, that's not bad, especially when you compare it to the A-Team van and even the car for the Ghostbusters. It's not perfectly, quote-unquote, proportioned, especially the Enterprise. Totally not proportioned. I've mentioned before, I don't care about that, right? And but I'm glad they took a few moments extra to do that on this one. Of course, it's got the, the activation here. The speaker could be louder. It's kind of like the DeLorean where you got to like listen for it a little bit. I'm glad they took a little extra time and put the light in the dash there, but it does have several sayings that it's got. It's using a sensor. And the sensor is just like almost like a little magnet sensor inside. Now, I was happy they did that because there's other versions of these types of vehicles where they're using like a spring mechanism down in the wheel wells to where you have to push it down and get it to clunk in order for the sounds to play. So I'm glad they used a touch sensor. But it seems to me if they would have spent as much time as they did just to create that, there are a few other things that they could have done a little bit better. Now inside the box, of course, you've got a nice presentation similar to the way that they did with the James Bond car, where you have the little layout right here, and inside of here is where all of your extra parts and pieces and so forth go. Nice presentation. Okay, they took some time and thought about the box and how it's going to be presented. And I've seen some other collectors that basically just put it out just like that, and I have no problem with that. If it was up to me and I had the money, I would probably buy another one, put this in a case just like this, and leave it like that. But I don't have an extra 90 bucks laying around to do that. But you gotta have your toys, right? So, all right, so let's get back into it here. Now, here's some things before I put it together that I want to mention that a lot of other folks have mentioned as well. Number one, they did a good job on the cluster. It's very well detailed. You can see it real good. But the one thing that everybody complains about, let's see if you pick it out, that's right, it's dull. The same complaints we had with the DB5 was they took a car that was shiny and they gave us a dull replica. Now, I've seen some guys on YouTube that actually have, lightly sanded this, used some plastic bond, and spray painted theirs shiny. If you want to do that and take a chance of blowing your 90 bucks, help yourself. No problem with that whatsoever. Personally, if I was okay with painting and I was a good model guy, I probably would do that too. But I'm not going to, obviously, for collectability purposes, but they could have made this shiny. I mean, you look at the characters that they put out. What is this? Shiny. What is this? Shiny. They have certainly the plastic capability of making these shiny. I don't know why they didn't. Same thing with the DB5. Now, if you look at the Scooby-Doo van, Scooby-Doo van's a little bit more shiny. The A-Team van, matte black. The Ecto cars, I'm okay with them being dull because they weren't terribly shiny in the movie. But definitely the DB5 and, k.i.t.t should have been glossy. Hey guys, if you're listening over there at Playmobil, a little more attention to detail when it comes to making stuff clean and glossy. You should do that. So let's start taking this apart and put it together. So here we are, all assembled. There wasn't much to the assembly process, which is something I've seen that they've changed a little bit on a lot of their stuff. There used to be a lot of assembly, and now not so much anymore. I mean, don't be afraid, Playmobil. We know how to put stuff together. Being that you're marketing these to my age group, we know how to put stuff together. So it's the little kids who don't know how to put stuff together. Now take your time on these things when you're putting them together, because when you have something like this, take time to make sure the stickers are straight. I have seen so many reviews where people have just slapped the stickers on and they're all crooked. And take your time, right? Use a nice pair of tweezers or something and get a hold of the edge of them, especially when you're looking at these really small stickers. Take the time to put them on straight. Personal critique. They could have, by the way, you gotta like smack the top of this to get the headlights to open, and it's hoping that they stay open. That is not a good thing, right? They needed to spend a little bit more time, either a mechanical push on the bottom to open them up and keep them up and then flip them back down. I mean, even the cheap little Tonka toys have that capability. But that would be another thing I would say for 90 bucks is a big failure. You've got these little headlights that don't stay up. So you're more likely going to keep them down like I am, pretty much. But that would be one of the things that you would want to see on something you're paying this much money for. I get it that probably 80 bucks of the 90 was licensing fees, but I don't care. If you're going to spend that kind of money for something that you're going to make a collector's item or something, spend the extra time. It also comes with some other pieces, of course, with the play set. Now, let me throw this in here as we're, considering this, and we're considering this, right? Follow me. And we have the phone, and we've got April, and we got Devin, and we got Michael, And we got Kit. What's missing? Anybody? Anybody? What's missing? The tractor trailer, right? Now, I know the Playmobil can do it because in their city set they had a few years back, they had a large tractor trailer. And it might fit. I mean, it's the wrong color. But you know what? It wouldn't be very much Playmobil to retrofit that baby and put the stickers on the side and then make it black and then make the car go up inside it. You know, pull the top off and be able to play with the characters inside or whatever, or have it laid out and have a real place for this to go instead of just laying on the table. But if you're going to put this kind of stuff together, which is supposed to go inside the tractor trailer, make the tractor trailer. Just saying. And you know what? We'll pay a little extra for the tractor trailer because I know it's going to be, you know, this big in order to fit this car, unless they do a misproportion thing like they've done before. No big deal. But, you know, they could make a tractor trailer about this long and have the cab, you know, it's going to be about 24 to 28 inches. But, I mean, the Enterprise was 32, 36, whatever it is, 34, somewhere in that area. You can do it. You can do it. Now, Arby's Toy Box. We've got some big things coming up here soon, so make sure you like and subscribe down below. Follow me on Facebook, Arby's Toy Box. On Instagram and Facebook, I put a lot of smaller videos on there, so be sure to check that out and to friend me. You know, I want friends, please, I want friends. So come be my friend and watch some of the cool stuff that we've got going on. Neutral Zone Studios is coming up here really soon. They've opened up dates for September, October, November, and December. Halloween, which is their big, you know, party that they've got down at the Neutral Zone Studios, is coming up. I'll leave the link down below. But you definitely want to check that out. If you're a Star Trek fan at all, you're a Star Trek Arby, or you know, fan of Arby's Toy Box, you definitely want to check that out. We have some other winter trips coming. We're going to be doing more and more of these videos. Lots of things we got planned. My wife is a school teacher, and school's back in session, so she doesn't come home till later. So I got time to, you know, make some videos. So be sure to follow some of the cool things we've got going. I've got some extra videos that I'm going to put together on the DB5. I've got some more Playmobil stuff that just came in that I'm going to be doing some additional review features on. I've got some Star Trek stuff that we brought in we're going to be doing review features on, so be sure to check it out. I want to, you know, just show off some of my collection. So I appreciate you guys, and make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you here next time on Arby's Toy Box.